there, E here from eEats and Healthy Treats with day 9 of the last 40 days of summer with a new salad each day. Today's salad is an Italian eggplant salad featuring 1 head of romaine lettuce, 1 small eggplant, 6 spears of asparagus, 1 roasted red pepper, a 1/4 cup of lupini beans, 2 small tomatoes, 1 egg, and a 1/2 cup of Italian breadcrumbs with roasted red pepper dressing consisting of a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of ajvar, which is a roasted pepper spread, 2 cloves or 2 tablespoons of garlic minced, 1 teaspoon anchovy paste, and a 1/4 teaspoon each of fresh thyme and rosemary. Let's get into it. Starting with the asparagus, we'll remove the woodsy ends by bending them and finding where they snap easily. Then we'll slice each spear on an angle into bite-sized pieces. We'll place those into a bowl and set them aside. To the tomatoes, we'll remove the stems. Then slice them in half. And we'll slice starting on the short end, disregarding the first slice with the stem area. These tomatoes are fresh from my sister-in-law's garden, along with the fresh thyme and rosemary we'll be using later on in the dressing. Thank you to her for sharing. We'll then grab the roasted red pepper and slice that into strips. These peppers come from a jar of roasted red peppers, what you'll find a lot in Italian dishes. The lupini beans also come from a can. And to these we'll remove the skins and then we'll rinse them off. The skins are a little tricky, but I found if you press firmly on the edges, they will pop loose. Lupini beans are high in protein and fiber and are praised for having great health benefits for your heart and your blood sugar levels. We'll take one of the eggplants and remove the stem, and then we'll continue slicing on that end. These eggplant are from my mom's garden. Thanks, Mom. This purple one is called a satin moon. According to the internet, there are at least 18 different varieties of eggplant, if not more. Some are purple, some are green, some are white, some are speckled, some are plump, and some are thin. We have enough eggplant, so we'll use just the one. Moving on to our spices, we'll roughly remove the stems, or the thyme from the stems. Might be a few stems left behind, but that's okay. We'll then pick our rosemary off of the stems as well. And then we'll mince those up. Next, we'll take the egg and crack it into a small, shallow dish. And then whisk that up. Over to the dressing, we'll add our olive oil and our vinegar to a bowl. Then we'll add our anchovy paste and garlic. Anchovy is used here to give the dressing an extra depth and flavor. Following that, we'll add our ajvar, which is a roasted pepper spread made with red bell peppers, eggplant, and garlic. This is a popular spread in Southeast Europe. Then we'll add in our spices and whisk that all together to combine well. After giving that a quick taste, I realized it needs a little bit of pepper and salt, so we'll grind some fresh in there. And mix that right in. And that definitely made it great. Over to the range, over a heated cast iron skillet, we're going to add some oil. And then spread that around with a spatula to evenly coat the bottom. To the eggplant, we'll dip it in egg first. And then into the bread crumbs. And we'll place that into the skillet. We'll do that for each piece. We'll allow that to cook just to crisp up the bottoms. Give this one a check here and see. It looks good. I'm going to add a little bit of oil here just to give a little moisture to some of those breadcrumbs that don't have any moisture left. So we'll flip the rest of these. Once crisp on both sides, we'll move it over to our cutting board. I'll slice each eggplant into slices and then into bite-sized pieces. Building our salad, we'll start with the romaine lettuce, breaking up any large pieces. Then add the tomato and roasted red pepper. And then the lupini beans. Some asparagus, and then the eggplant. I'm also going to add some fresh ricotta cheese that I picked up from an Italian import store. This is also where I got the lupini and ajvar. We're just going to crumple that on top. And then add our dressing. Now for a taste. It has a very unique taste, which I really enjoyed. The breaded eggplant gives it a little crunch, the veggies pair well, the lupini beans give it some chew, and the dressing gives it a richness. Until later, be blessed and act with love. Enjoy!